Hello and welcome to Your New Jersey. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. On today's show, we're talking impact on and off the field with a hometown soccer star shaping the future of the game right here in New Jersey. But first, former New York Giants lineman and Super Bowl champion Oben joins us to talk about the NFL Alumni's Gear Up Against Cancer campaign, an effort focused on lung cancer awareness, prevention, and the importance of early screenings for communities across New Jersey and New York. Roman, welcome to the show.
It's so good to be on the show. How are you doing?
This is awesome because
Yeah.
you're like my best friend in the NFL. So, I mean, such a full circle moment.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm happy to be here and talk about all these issues and keep moving forward. Yeah, I've been involved in the community for a while and definitely ready to talk about NFL Gear Up for Cancer campaign with NFL Alumni. So it's a partnership with the CDC and Gear Up to fight against cancer, and it's really about lung cancer awareness, detection, prevention, education. More people die of lung cancer than any other cancer. It's really about being aware of the causes of lung cancer. My college girlfriend, her name was Keisha Kirkland, she passed away in 2013 of lung cancer. Wasn't a smoker.
Wow.
And so it's personal to me, but I think it's great to like have this partnership and use my platform as a former NFL player, now with NFL Alumni, just to raise awareness for this issue.
And it's you and a couple others.
Yeah, it's me. Locally, they use guys that played like Giants and Jets. So Antonio Cromartie, who's a Jets player, and Sean O'Hara. And it's funny that we were both teammates at different teams. So I was a teammate with Sean O'Hara for the Browns, and then he came to the Giants. And then later in my career, I was a teammate with Antonio Cromartie, who ended up playing for the Jets after he left the Chargers. So we're all tied to the New York metro community.
It's a small world. How long have you been president of New York, New Jersey Alumni?
I've been president since 2012. Can you believe it? And the whole thing was just we got to find guys, mid-30s. Once you get done playing, I played 12 years in the league, so I was 35 when I got done playing. So every 10 years, there's different generational issues that we're dealing with. It's more mental health now with guys, but it gave me an opportunity to reach out at that point. I can speak the young guys' language still, and then I still respect the older generation of guys that played before me. And so you're always trying to make sure that guys, no matter where they are in their journey, you got guys that played 1 or 2 years for other teams, but maybe they went to Rutgers and they live in this area. And obviously you've got former Giants and Jets. So we do a lot of community work, and this is like one of the most important things that we've done this year with this partnership.
You also help them find their footing in retirement because a lot of players, they don't know what's next.
Yeah. It's funny. I was done playing in 2008, and there weren't not even a third of many resources there are now for former players. So there's mental health hotlines, there's former players organizations, there's an NFLPA side, there's NFL Legends. There's so many things based on what guys need. And then there's a dedicated focus on your health too. Your health and your mental health is the most important thing. And not everyone is on TV every day or this podcast generation, all these guys have podcasts, but whatever you want to do, whatever you have interest in, like there's an avenue to find out more about that because you still want to wake up every day and really solve problems and tackle the world like you're getting ready to play the Minnesota Vikings or the Dallas Cowboys. You're just that same preparation approach that goes into the next phase of life. It's helped me for sure. Obviously, I've been in the league office since 2015, but it's really awesome to just continue to evolve and use. You're still a football player and you're still an athlete. You're just not playing. You're just using athletics as a platform when football's over.
So besides being president of Alumni, you also work for the NFL front office.
Yes.
Being an ambassador all around the world for them.
Yeah, so my current title is Vice President of Football Development, and it's really about the football development pipeline from high school to college into pro. Just making sure we're evolving the strategy of football development against what the real issues are. There's also a college outreach. I lead all the college outreach education, and I do presentations for all the FBS coaches about how do you create some of these NFL systems that can be adapted in college, gambling education, obviously NIL, so how do you deal with the salary cap in college? College kids can get paid now. And so there's a lot of different complexities that certainly didn't happen when I was in college, but you just have to be ahead of the issues and strategically say, where can we put our resources, education, just more focus on some of those issues as they come up. So it's great work, and you talk about international as well. growing the game globally, getting players from other countries. You know, you get a practice squad designation for international players. Every team can have one. Those are just great things to be a part of. I mean, no day's the same, but it's definitely exciting to work on different initiatives throughout the year.
I don't know how you have the time.
I don't. And then I travel a lot too, so I'm a homebody. So like when I travel, I come back home. I don't linger on trips. I've done same day trips. Fly to Indianapolis, do a meeting, fly back same day because I just want to be home. So but it's good stuff. It's good work to be a part of.
What about youth football? Because, I mean, flag football is so popular now. Because I think a lot of parents are weary putting their young sons into tackle contact football. Is that correct?
Well, I think when I first started in 2015, there was an attention focused on how do we think responsibly about how are we talking about youth football now versus 25 years ago or 10 years ago. It's a different game. It's more athletic. We created a flag platform so that football could be more inclusive, so women and young girls can play. There's a path now because flag is in the Olympics. And then from a tackle football perspective, it's not the same game that I played as a kid. It's more athletic. It's more passing. There's more research. You know, companies like Riddell, they're putting more research in health and safety. And then coaches are more educated. You've got to get probably a more scrutinous certification than you to do anything just to coach kids. So, and that's what you want to be a part of. Parents want to make sure their kid is in the best position to succeed. But I think the game is in a much better place than it was 10 years ago when we started. And certainly, things that we went through as kids when I was younger.
Yeah, and you have two sons that play, so all of this is of greater importance to you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's almost like working on initiatives and you get to follow your kids through their own journey. So when they were younger, I was doing more youth football related work. Now they're older, I'm doing more college football related work too, and some pro stuff too. But it's good work. It's really a blessing to be a part of it.
So besides football, in New Jersey, you sit on various boards. Tell me about that.
Man, there's a few boards. So St. Joseph's Hospital is obviously Wayne and Patterson. I've been a member of the board for probably since 2019 or so. We had a golf tournament every year. We do. There's a lot of things going on in the local Patterson community. Patterson is really like my adopted hood, so to speak.
Really? How
yeah.
come?
Well, when I was playing for the Giants, I'd go to Patterson get my hair cut. I lived off of like 46, so I'd go right down Union Ave and find little places to eat when you get into the Patterson side. So. I've always loved Patterson, but the willingness to serve in that capacity. You talk about learning about hospital administration, like during the pandemic and all the things they were dealing with 5 years ago, gave me a better education. And it also, for me, my career journey, I've always been just a sense of responsibility to the community and things that I want to get involved in. When you're younger, you go to elementary school, you read books to kids, or you go do an appearance. But like at this stage in life, being on a hospital board, I'm on the board for minorities in sports. I'm on Positive Coaching Alliance, like things that really touch me and impact me, and you get to impact the community from a higher level, from a board seat position. How can you work with these organizations that are impacting the community in a positive way? So it's really awesome to be a part of those. I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh, of course. I admire everything about you, but I think your life outside of football and everything else, I mean, that just shows the kind of heart that you have.
Well, it keeps you balanced. And I think I would tell college kids all the time, you can't just think about football all the time. I think your ability to do well in the classroom, do well in the community, just self-manage yourself, have something, it's all about the brand identification, brand affinity, but your brand identity is how people think about you. So I want people to look at me as someone who cares about the community, cares about impact, and just wants to continue to grow. I mean, I haven't played a down of football since 2008.
It's been that long?
Yeah. But I'm still preparing. I'm still paying attention to things. I'm still focusing on things that are important to me and how I can create impact. So, like I said, you're always a football player. You're just not always playing football.
Well, we'll end on some football. The New York Giants are bringing in the coach, John Harbaugh. Can you believe that he's going to be a New York Giant?
Interesting story. So that summer of '08, when I was done playing in the league, I did a minority coaching internship with the Ravens when he first got to Baltimore. And in that room, he challenged Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, and all those guys about who they really were. And they hadn't won a Super Bowl since 2000.
We don't talk about that
when they beat the
one.
Giants. Yeah, unfortunately. But he really challenged them. And he was like a special teams coach. He was the first head coach to be from special teams. And he had this chip on his shoulders. All that time in Baltimore, I mean, we've seen John Harbaugh on the sidelines in January for many, many years. And I think that level of stability is something that he can bring to the Giants community. I don't think Giants fans envisioned like 10 years and 4 or 5 different head coaches. And
It's
so,
unheard of for that team.
yeah. I mean, if you look at the historic franchise of your Steelers that are going through some transition, Packers, what New England has done the last 25 years, that level of stability, the 49ers. I mean, you see the Giants in that way, and I hope that, and I'm confident that John Harbaugh being on the sidelines on Sundays for Big Blue is a big step in the right direction of getting back to the organizational stability.
9 teams were looking for a head coach this cycle.
That's insane.
And unheard of, right?
Yeah, that's insane.
Why is that?
Well, you always have the firings that are going to happen, and then there's always a few outliers.
And what the average fan doesn't think about is it's not just 9 guys looking for a job. I mean, there are staffs of like 50 people.
Yeah, you got staff, you got operational staff, coaching staff, and I moved around a lot. As soon as we got married, I said we're going to move a little bit and just hopefully not. But 3 teams my first 5 years of marriage. Wow. I ended up playing for, but towards the end I was with the Chargers for a long time. But I always think about the families and the things that get affected and impacted. Obviously, fans want good football. They want their team with a chance to win and go to the Super Bowl. But you do think about that. So I appreciate you bringing that up.
Yeah, of course. Well, where can people find out more about the campaign and everything that you're doing?
NFLAgearUp.org/cancer /cancer about the fight against cancer with NFL Alumni, partnership with the CDC for Gear Up. And obviously, I'm pretty active on social media. So I'm at @R_OBEN on Twitter and Instagram as well. And so you can find out about what I'm up to.
Awesome. Roman, this was so much fun. Thank you so much.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks. Montclair native Yael Averbuch West, former U.S. women's national team player, Gotham FC alum, and now the club's general manager and head of soccer operations at Gotham FC, joins me now. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
That is so cool, everything that you have been able to accomplish.
Well, I really appreciate that. I feel very strongly about my hometown club, and so it's really cool to be full circle and be able to see the journey of the club.
And women's soccer, like when it's World Cup time for the women, I feel like you take the country by storm, even bigger than the men in some ways.
Well, we have a really long-standing history of success in women's soccer in our country, and our hope is that it translates to the NWSL, the National Women's Soccer League, and Gotham FC is part of that.
Yeah, we're all World Cup crazy right now, right? Because in just a few short months, all the world's attention will be on our little portion of the universe.
Exactly, and all that buzz, all that excitement about the game of soccer, our goal is to translate that into the household names that you know, not just as national team stars, but as Gotham FC stars on the women's side, but obviously the men's World Cup is this summer.
Well, Gotham FC are world champions. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And you are now like coming full circle. I mean, you were a student playing soccer, I'm sure, in Montclair on all the different leagues. I have a niece who is doing the same right now. She's 14 and on every team, probably like wants to follow in your footsteps. You made it to the national stage, but now you're in the front office. How is that transition going for you?
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's not something I dreamed of when I was a young, aspiring soccer player, but as you said, it's really full circle for me. So I got to live the journey as a player, and I learned so much about the struggles of being a player and trying to maximize my potential and compete in a team and try to push my team to success. And now I get the vantage point of trying to assemble the best athletes and the best staff to support that success and what things work, what things don't work. And I really have so much respect for what the players go through. You know, the players are our product as a team. And I always say that they have the hardest jobs out there, and I really truly believe that. But it's an amazing opportunity that I have now to try to create the platform for what we want to do at Gotham and to elevate our amazing athletes who do the hardest part on the field.
Is it hard to put your feelings to the side, though, because you know what the athlete goes through? So to like have to pick and choose?
Yeah, I'd say, my North Star is to do what's in the best interest of the club. And, it's been really interesting for me to learn all the elements that go into that, into growing the business of what needs to support the soccer side. And at the end of the day, there are hard decisions that I have to make all the time. But I'm always keeping that North Star in mind is what's the best thing for the club? What's the best thing for Gotham to be successful now and in the future?
Yeah. So what do you look for in a player?
It's a great question. So I think there's a number of things. If I had to boil it down to the most important thing outside of the obvious, like we need to make sure the players are talented and can perform in the field, but all of our players have a deep desire to get better still, whether they've won World Cups and are names you already know, like the Rose Lavelle, Esther from the Spanish national team, or our new players, our rookies, every single player has a deep desire to continue to improve themselves and to push their teammates. And that's probably the most important factor in looking at who's going to be successful at Gotham.
So before taking this on, you founded the NWSL Players Association. What's that all about?
Yeah, so at a different time in women's soccer than we are now, I was playing in the league, and really we had no voice as players. We had no representation. And it's so important, as I learned at the time, that the league works in tandem with the players to push progress. Just all around. And so I was part of the very early stages. Myself and my peers kind of put together the group that now has become the NWSL Players Association and negotiated. Now we're in our second collective bargaining agreement with the league. But it's been such an instrumental group to the progress of the league. So I'm very proud to have been part of the early stages of that. They've taken it a lot further than what I was part of at the time.
So Gotham FC, as I mentioned, you're champions. You took the area by storm. How do you integrate yourself into the community here?
It's so important because, like you said, your niece, I believe, who's playing soccer in the area, we want to make sure that everyone in the area, whether it's soccer players, parents, coaches, or just people who are generally interested in sports, interested in supporting things in the New York, New Jersey area, knows about Gotham, knows our players, knows what we're competing for. And I think one of the most exciting things is that we have world-class talent. Some of the best players, coaches, staff in the world is right here in our community, a community that I grew up in. And I always think about what I would have done to connect with that when I was a young, aspiring soccer player, and it would have been crazy things. So it's so important that people know and understand that we have some of the best soccer in the world being played week in and week out right here. And we're doing it for the community, to engage with the community, to inspire, to educate within the community. So we have a lot of work to do to get the word out.
What programs does Gotham have in terms of community engagement?
Yeah, so our Keeper in the Game initiative is really important because unfortunately girls are dropping out of sport at that kind of crucial teenage age of that 12 to 14-year-old age. So we are working to arm coaches who are part of community initiatives, parents with information and inspiration to keep girls involved in the game and actually to also impact the players who are involved in those programs. So our players on our team, the best role models out there, they go out and they run sessions, they run workshops for the teams who are part of the Keeper in the Game initiative, and it's really something we're trying to grow.
Why is that happening, that trend?
Yeah, well, I think it's multifaceted, and that's part of what we're trying to understand and impact. And I think it's for a lot of reasons, but the big thing that we can impact is the establishment of role models. I think that's really important, that girls see a future in the game, not just on the field. Not every girl aspires to be a professional soccer player, but connecting with the amazing people we have at Gotham and also seeing a path that maybe you won't be on the field, but you could be a general manager. You could be an owner of a team. You could cover the team in the media or on TV, and understanding all the pathways within the game is so important.
So once people enter the stadium in Harrison, gorgeous stadium, by the way, Sports Illustrated Stadium, what's the game day experience like?
Yeah, so we put a lot of emphasis into our game day experience. It starts with Fan Fest prior to the game, where you can get your face painted. I was going to say kids, but adults too. It's not expensive to kids.
Yes, I would love to do that.
Get your face painted, take photos, photos with former players. We often have like a lot of fun activities and ways to engage, a little mini soccer field out there. So it's a great place for families to come, for young adults come grab a beer, and just start to engage with the experience of what will happen in the stadium. So the day starts long before what happens on the field. And then when you come into the stadium, I think what people, we want people to know is our athletes are so extraordinary, but also so accessible. So you come, you watch the game. I think we play a really exciting style of soccer, whether you know the sport or not. And then staying after, our players stay for a while and they sign autographs, they engage with the crowd. And it's unlike almost any other sport where you get to not just see your role models on the field, but then actually interact with them potentially after the game.
Do you find women athletes have to work harder, not just at their game, but in all the different ways?
I think there has been that double standard over time, and I think we're breaking a lot of barriers, and people are recognizing that to be an extraordinary athlete, all you have to do is be extraordinary at your sport. And also, that doesn't mean you have to be limited to that. Our players show up for the game, they do what we call our fit walk. They dress in amazingly cool outfits. They like to express themselves off the field as well. Nobody has to do it. Nobody has to build their brand outside the field. But it's an opportunity for our athletes to really differentiate themselves from maybe other athletes in the industry.
You talk about, top-notch stadium, players, front office, your ownership. You have a very powerful ownership team behind you.
Yeah, so Carolyn Tisch-Blodgett, who came into owning a club in 2023, she's really transformed the opportunity at Gotham. And with her, her coming into NWSL too, we've seen a number of other really powerful ownership groups continue to enter the league. And I always say this, it's amazing to think, because what I thought the opportunity was in women's soccer, like Carolyn and others have just blown it out of the water. I can't even see the ceiling anymore. And so with her and her family's support in driving the opportunity for us, really, it's unbelievable the vision we have and the ambition that she's brought to the club.
What's the demographics you see attending games?
I think it's really important that we're a very welcoming environment, and we want to be home to anyone and everyone who will enjoy soccer. So it's not, we used to think, oh, maybe it's just the mom with the young girl who plays soccer. We see boys in the stands cheering for our athletes.
Oh, it's so good to hear.
Yeah, young adults, families who aren't necessarily soccer families, but want to go for an outing and experience something fun and exciting. So really, we're very welcoming for anyone and everyone who wants to have a fun time. You don't have to know soccer, you don't have to be an expert, but certainly you're going to leave inspired.
Talk to me about the championship run.
I feel incredibly proud of the group for coming together and performing at our best when it counted most. And for us, I think the most amazing part of becoming champions this year is that we're so proud of what we did, and we know that we still have so much more ambition and we still can be so much better as a team, which is really the most exciting place to be. Is like we haven't tapped out. We have more things we want to achieve. So we've unlocked some opportunities for the club that are really exciting.
This is all so amazing. How do you stay hungry, though, to repeat?
Yeah, well, I don't have to provide any fuel to that. I think everyone is incredibly hungry. And as I mentioned, we recruit athletes who are always trying to be better. Our coaches have the same mentality. We, throughout last year, were identifying all the ways that we felt like we could have been better. And those are on this long list, whether we won the championship or not, that we're chipping away at. So no motivation needed. We are always looking at ourselves and looking at how we can be better in every single way.
Your co-tenants with the Red Bulls, do you work together?
Yeah, we have a great partnership relationship. It's not an official competitive relationship in that sense, but we share a training facility and we share a stadium. So we have a lot of synergy in terms of our collaboration, but our clubs are not affiliated any way other than that partnership.
That partnership, yeah. What about the town of Harrison? How do they support you?
I'm from New Jersey, so I'm very biased, but I love being in the heart of New Jersey and Harrison. It's so convenient to get to. I think people don't understand how easy it is to get there and to come watch our games. And we're embedded in a really strong culture of soccer and a soccer community. And so being in Harrison, there are a lot of people in walking distance to the stadium who are diehard soccer fans. And it's really amazing that we can embrace that culture as we try to spread the word far and wide across the world. Also right here in our neighborhoods are soccer fans who support the team.
Yeah, the population is changing, right? So more and more soccer fans are now in the area.
Those who are not yet soccer fans, we're going to make them soccer fans.
How do you convert them?
I think it's just coming to one game. It's meeting one of our athletes. It's coming to one game. It's coming to the Fan Fest. You don't have to know the game. Like I said, you just have to want to have a fun time and be inspired. So we ask people to come to a game. Tell your friends if you had fun. Bring them to a game and kind of spread the word person by person.
That's great. Well, where can people find out more and to get tickets to your home opener?
So GothamFC.com. Go to our website. All the information is on there, the season schedule. You can buy tickets. We would love for you to come to a game, check it out, see what you think, bring your friends.
And the home opener is March
21st.
Okay,
in Harrison.
In Harrison. Spring is around the corner. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much and congratulations on all of your success. Can't wait to see what's next.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining me on another episode of Your New Jersey. I'm Lisa Marie Falbo. We'll see you back here next week.